Hello everyone, I am Preeti. I am here to present the topic Nature of Marketing Environment, Mission and Vision Statements. First, we will see the marketing environment meaning. Marketing environment is a combination of external and internal factors and forces which affects the company's ability to establish a relationship and serve its customers. So, external and internal factors. External factors are customers, suppliers, competitors, technological environment like that. Next, internal factors. Internal factors are top management, finance and accounting, human resources, etc. Next, these factors and forces which affects the company's ability to establish a relationship and serve its customers. These factors and forces affects the decision making of the organization. So, some factors are controllable and some are uncontrollable. It is the responsibility of the marketing manager. According to the changing environment, he also change company's policies. The marketer must know which factors are affecting his business. The success of a business mainly depends on its customers. So, the marketer must maintain good relationship with customers and satisfy their customers by providing quality products. Next is example. For example, cloth retailer, he produce more and more kurta and leggings first. Next, what happens is suddenly in market there is a demand for the palazzo. So the marketer must adopt that change and he start to produce. According to Philip Kotler, a company's marketing environment consists of factors and forces of outside of marketing that affect marketing management ability to build and maintain successful relationships with target customers. It has same meaning. Next we will see the nature of marketing environment. In that first one is specific and general forces. It refers to different forces that affects the marketing environment. First one is specific forces. Specific forces include those forces which directly affects the activities of the organization, like consumers, suppliers, etc. Next, general forces. General forces or factors are those which indirectly affects the organization, like demographic environment, technological environment, etc. Next is complexity. It implies that a marketing environment includes number of factors, conditions and influences. The interaction among all these elements makes the marketing environment complex in nature. It means that it is difficult or complicated to operate in a marketing environment because the marketer has to see the factors and conditions also which affects the organization. Next is vibrancy. It implies the dynamic nature of the marketing environment. A large number of forces outline the marketing environment which does not remain stable and change over time. It means that in marketing environment, some factors are changing fastly, like taste and preference of the customers. The taste and preference of the customers changing day by day. The marketer must know all these things. For example, the student prefers Santi books first. Next, he suddenly prefer the classmate books. So the taste and preference of the customer varying fastly. Next is uncertainty. It is their plans. It may be difficult to predict some of the changes which occurs frequently. It means that sometimes it is difficult to analyze the factors. Every marketer tries to know what is happening in the future and he tries to update their plans. So it is very difficult to the marketer. Next is relativity. It explains the reasons for difference in demand in different countries. The product demand of any particular industry, organization or product may vary depending upon the country, region or culture. It mainly explains the demand of the product in different countries. The demand of the product of a particular organization industry may differ depends on the country, region or culture. For example, festivals. In festival time, in India, flowers, crackers, demand is high. In outside country, the demand is very low, like that. Next is micro environment. It refers to the environment which is closely linked to the organization. It is closely linked to the organization and directly affects the organizational activities. So micro means small. It consists of those forces which are controllable by the management. It consists of those factors which are controllable by the management. There are 4 types of microenvironment there. First one is suppliers. They provide raw materials to produce goods and services. The suppliers can influence the profit of an organization because the price of the raw material determines the final price of the product. The marketing manager has to maintain good relation with the supplier, so it is very important, and pay on time is also very important. Next time, distributing products. Marketing intermediaries includes resellers, distribution agencies, marketing agencies, financial intermediaries. They are the linking pins between the producers and the consumers. If marketing intermediaries are not doing their work correctly, it will directly affect the producers. Next is customers. Customers buy the product of the organization for the final consumption. So the main goal of the organization is customer satisfaction. For example, if consumers' demand is high, at that time sales is also high. If consumers' demand is low, at that time sales is also low. So it affects company's turnover and sales. If consumers' taste and preference changes, at that time sales is also changes. Next is competitors. It helps an organization to differentiate its products to maintain position in the market. Competitors are those who influence our customers, means who attracts our customers. So competition refers to the situation where various organizations offer similar products and try to gain market share by adopting different marketing strategies. For example, Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Next is Pepsodent and Colgate, and Yippee Noodles and Maggi Noodles. See, they are providing same products. Some may prefer Coca-Cola and some may prefer Pepsi. So there is a competition. Next one is macro environment. It involves a set of environmental factors that is beyond the control of an organization. So it is very difficult to the management for controlling the macro environment factors. It is a broader concept. Next we will see the factors of macro environment. In that, first one is demographic environment. It is a scientific study of human population, gender, education, occupation, income and location are also called as demographic variables. So the demographic environment refers to the size, distribution and growth rate of groups of people with different characteristics. So the demographic characteristics of interest to marketers relate to some way to purchasing behavior, because people from different countries, culture, age groups or household arrangements often exhibit different purchasing behavior. Different customers has different purchasing behaviors. For example, if the producer is producing female clothes, he has to concentrate on only female population only. He does not concentrate on male population. He concentrates only on female population. Next is economic environment. The economic environment includes factors and trends related to income levels and the production of goods and services. So the economic trends in different parts of the world can affect the marketing activities in other parts of the world. For example, ಈಗ ನ್ಯೂ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಇದೊಂದು ಸಾರಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಗೆ ಬಂದರೆ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಫೇಮಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಸಾರಿಯನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದು ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದರ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. So the economic environment affects the organization's cost structure and customers' purchasing behavior, because the purchasing power of a customer mainly depends on his current income, price of the product and his savings and the credit availability. Next one is natural environment. So the marketing activities affects the natural resources, such as depletion of ozone layer due to use of the chemicals. Ozone layer depletion is one of the major problem for the atmosphere. It is one of the major problem for the atmosphere. Next is socio-cultural environment. It comprises forces such as society's basic values, attitudes, perceptions and behavior. These factors, that is society's basic values, attitudes, perceptions and behavior, these factors helps in determining that what type of products consumer prefer and what influences their purchase attitudes, decisions and which brand they will prefer. Next is technological environment. Technology contributes to the economic growth of a country. It has become an indispensable part of our lives. It is very important part of our lives. The organizations, they are failed to track the ongoing technological changes, and the organizations find it difficult to survive in today's competitive environment because technology is developing now. So the technological environment includes factors and trends related to innovations that affect the development of new products or the marketing forces. These technological trends can provide opportunities for the new product development, and it affects the marketing activities are performed or both. And the companies have to update their products according to the technological changes. Next is political and legal environment. It consists of legal bodies and government agencies that influence and limit the organizations and individuals. The political and legal environment has a serious impact on the economy. So the political environment is having new rules. So according to the rules of the government, marketer has to make their strategies. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್, ಈಗ ನ್ಯೂ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತಿದ್ರೆ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಲೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲೇಬೇಕು, ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾದರೆ ಲೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲೇಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಥರ ರೂಲ್ಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮಿಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಮಿಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಎ ಮಿಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಡಿಫೈನ್ಸ್ ದ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್. A mission statement is a statement which is used as a way of communicating the purpose of the organization. A mission statement explains the company's objectives and its purpose. So most of the time, mission statement remains the same for long period of time. Mission statement remains same for the long period of time. A company's mission describes its purpose and present business. For example, mission statement of Google. Mission statement of Google is organizing the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. Next is the characteristics of good mission statement. In that first one, make it short as possible. A mission statement should be as short and snappy as possible, preferably brief enough to be printed on the back of a business card. It means that it is short and in briefly written in the back of the business card. Next one is make it memorable. Obviously partially linked to the above, but try to make it something that people will be able to remember the key elements of, even if not the exact wording. It means that mission statement should be memorable, like people should remember the key elements or main points. Next is make it unique to you. It's easy to follow. Generic statement is easy, but company has to prepare mission statement. It is different, unique and equal. At that time, that organization is different from other organizations. Next one is make it realistic. Remember, your mission statement is supposed to be a summary of why you exist and what you do. It is a description of the present, not a vision for the future. It means that vision statement is a summary of why the organization exists and why and what you do in present, and it is not a vision for the future. Next is advantages of good mission statement. In that first one is provide direction. Mission statements are a great way to direct a business into the right path. It plays a part in helping the business make better decisions which can be beneficial to them. It means that mission statement helps to direct a business into the right path and it helps better decision making. Next one is clear purpose. Having a clear purpose can remove any potential ambiguities that can surround the existence of a business. It means that mission statement remove the potential ambiguities because it is having a clear purpose. Ambiguities means अस्पष्टते. Next is disadvantages of a mission statement. In that first one is unrealistic. In most cases, mission statements turn out to be unrealistic and far too optimistic. An unrealistic mission statement can also affect the performance and morale of the employees within the workplace. It means that unrealistic means sometimes it is not happen. It is not real, it is unreal. It affects the confidence and discipline of the employees. Next is waste of time and resources. So there is a waste of time and resources. Next we will see the vision statement. A vision statement describes the desired future position of the company. A vision statement is a company's roadmap indicating both what the company wants to become and guiding transformational initiatives by setting a defined direction for the company's growth. So the vision is a statement of the future. Vision statement provides roadmap to company's future. It specifies company's intention and what are its capabilities. For example, vision statement of Google, it is that to provide access to world's information in one click. Next we will see the characteristics of vision statement. In that first one is be inspirational. The vision statement to supposed to challenge, enthuse and inspire. Use powerful words and vivid phrases to articulate the kind of institution you are trying to become. It means that the vision statement should be challenging, enthused and inspirational. Use powerful words and vivid phrases in the vision statement while explaining what kind of institution you are trying to become. Next one is be creative. Just as a commercial company may need to think creatively in order to identify gaps in the market, so too may need to think imaginatively about what your vision is and how you describe it to help stand out from the crowd. It means that the companies should think creatively to identify gaps in the market. They have to think imaginatively about their vision for their success. Next is be descriptive. Of course, you want to be concise, but there is no need to enforce an arbitrary limit on its length. Take as much space as you need to get your vision across. Limit for completing the vision statement. Take as much space as you need. Next is be clear. As with your mission statement, it pays to avoid jargon, keep sentences short and to the point, and use precise, uncluttered language. Otherwise, you risk diluting or losing your message amongst the background noise. It means that the organization should be careful while making the vision statement. It should be clear, otherwise there will be risk of losing the message in a background noise. Next is benefits of creating a vision. A vision is an idealized picture of the future of the business or organization. First benefit is visioning is the first step in strategic planning. It is the first step in strategic planning. A vision shared by all the members of your business can help all members set goals to advance the organization. It means that vision is shared by all the members, helps the members to setting the goals. Next one is a vision can also motivate and empower employees. Vision motivates and empowers employees. Next one is without a strong vision, strategic plans cannot be properly delineated since there is no guiding principle or ideal to plan. It means that if vision is not there at that time, plans cannot be properly explained because there is no guiding principle or ideal to plan. Next one is a vision brings meaning to people's work, mobilizes them to action and helps them decide what to do and what not to do in the course of their work. It means that vision helps people what to do and what not to do in their work. Next is vision is an ideal. Vision is a picture of organization's future and it explains organization's reasons for the existence. Next one is an effective vision strikes a chord in people, motivates them by tapping their competitive drive, arouses desire for greatness or interest in doing the right thing, tantalizes them with personal gain. It means that vision statement motivates people's competitiveness and it creates desire for the greatness or inspire them to doing their right work and it inspires them with personal gain also. Next one is vision grab people and then bring them into the field. It means that vision attracts the people and bring them into their work. Next last one is when a leader's vision is effective and strong, employees and stakeholders get caught up in what they are doing, absorb the vision and commit themselves to the goals and the values of the leaders. It means that if leaders' vision is effective and strong, at that time employees and stakeholders are trapped. If they are doing the wrong work, they have to absorb the vision for the future goals. By summarizing this topic, marketing environment is a factors and forces that affects the marketing operation of an organization. Next is micro and macro environment. Micro environment, it is closely linked to the organization and it directly affects the organizational activities. Next is macro environment. Macro environment involves a set of environmental factors that is beyond the control of an organization. Next is mission and vision statement. Mission statement explains why does the company exist and what are the reasons for the organization's existence. Next is vision statement. Vision statement explains what the company